Okay, let's just make sure I get the right way around. So red to that side. Oop, I'll touch them together. I'd say that pump works. Okay, that's that bit done. Don't think I'm going to take this down any further than this at the moment. I'll just give it a bit of a clean up inside there. Pump works, so that's now everything that's working. Right then, it's as much as I can do for now, but I've got a little bit of news, I think. So I noticed something. Always good when you get underneath these bikes, you start finding stuff that you didn't know about. So this is our whatever it does Californian rules green box thing, and I just noticed that. So there's two pipes that go up towards the carbs or some such nonsense, and then there's this one pipe here, and that pipe, if you can see, don't know if you can, let's have a look round this way, goes into the frame. So you tell me, if this thing is putting something into this frame, where does it come out? And I think the answer is through a drain hole. Now that's way too big, so whatever the drain hole was could have just clogged up. Possibly the drain hole was where this other patch was, but it needs a drain hole. So I think this might just need patching, but we mount a nut to it, leave a hole through it, mount a nut through it that we can put a bolt in, or not, and just leave it so that it can drain whatever this can is throwing into the frame. Because is that why the frames started to go on this side? Because it's full of California green goodness and it can't get out. Anyway, back to more important things. I put rust converter on all the rusty bits on the frame, and then I've then been around and touched it up. That's all the electronics in that plastic bag, just because I was having a bit of a wash and a scrub around this back end. The metal part of the fairing has been etch primered. Got to leave that 24 hours to cure, and then I'll spray that hopefully tomorrow, and then that bit's done. The only thing left to do on the back end then is the wheel. We got to get that lovely little screw taken out, puncture repair done, fix the rim, get the tyre put back on, done. Nothing else to do back there except rebuild. Yes, we're going to take the carbs off at some point and clean them, but if they're going to work, let's ride the damn thing, get it tested first, and then we can just do it up as we go along. Still want to take this headlamp bowl off and just get rid of that rust back here, and I'm going to get some polish on these. I ran a brass brush over them earlier and just got the worst of it off. And then front end is all done with the exception of this flat tyre. So I need to get that rim sealed, decide what I'm doing about the chrome on that wheel, because it's not actually off yet, but there's bits of it that are starting to go. So apart from that, get that one sealed so that it holds air. It does anyway, but it just, as you can see, it goes down. That's nearly flat now. Engine runs, why touch it for now? All the electronics work, all the brakes work, clutch works. we're going to be riding this thing soon. Well, with still obviously one glaringly missing piece. We still haven't got a fork brace, so got an idea for that. We might be able to sort that out. And then the only other thing I'm waiting for is, what we're going to do here is basically just put an extension piece on that goes over the top of that. I've got to grind, there's a couple of nuts on these I need to grind off, but as I suspected when I put a flapper disc on these came back nice and shiny. So I just ground off that hard edge on this side. I've not completed it on the other side. In fact, let's show you. Oh, it's so bright and shiny, but yeah, I got it down to just to that edge, but there's a nut there that needs to come off, and there's one at the bottom. I think they held on a piece of trim that went across, made it look even shinier, but I haven't got that piece of trim, so I'm not going to worry about that for now. We're just going to use that piece there, which is solid, and just put a sleeve on top of it, clamp down onto that, then that'll have the piece on that stuck out for the exhaust to go over the top of and clamp down on. So I'm just waiting for 2 of them. Hopefully tomorrow they'll be here, and we can mount the exhausts. I've got to get the one on this side, the hanger that I showed you earlier, that's got to get done, so need a little bit of welding for that. So, you know, maybe a week away, maybe 2, but there's very little else that I need to do to this for now. I'm going to start polishing away at some of this aluminium and see if I can just get it a bit more shiny than it is. But apart from that, this is nearly done. Oh yeah, and yeah, accident of unknown origin. Get that replaced, and then let's go for a ride on it.